Welcome everybody, this is module 7. This module is talking about paragraphs. Let me actually read the description here. 1 second. All right. So module 7 is paragraphs, images, and styles. So this is kind of like a form of CSS, which stands for cascading style sheets. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go through a lab on how to do this. No lecture entailed with this, but the lab will help you get through the assignment. Okay, so this is kind of a mixed bag, so this is not like in any specific order. So what the first thing I'm going to do is, well, let me kind of describe what we're going to do a little bit. Is one of the pieces of code that we'll write is write a HTML file, and we'll show you how to modify text, like make it big, make it small, and potentially by using buttons. And so it'll be some JavaScript, some CSS, etc. But let's go ahead and get started. So I'll create this new file, and we'll just call this modifying text. And we'll make an HTML file. With that, let me increase the font here so you can see it, hopefully. So we'll just do an HTML, and we'll do a heading. Within our heading, we'll put a JavaScript that we'll call. So this time will be a little bit different, so we'll actually call the JavaScript. So we'll say script type equals text. Oops. And then we'll do JavaScript, like that. And then we'll do our source equals, and it'll be a function, and we'll say setting style. Oops, .js. So what we're doing here is we're calling our script, which doesn't exist at the moment, but let's go ahead and add it real quick. So let's call it fn setting style.js. And we could put it in a folder, but for now we'll just keep it like that. So that's our script, that's what we're going to call. So now within this heading here, let me go down here, and I want to put a body. And within the body, we'll have a paragraph, and we'll call it P1, oops, for paragraph 1. So anytime that you modify text, if you're modifying a paragraph, it could be P1. Well, actually, it could be anything. It could be P5, it could be paragraph 1, whatever. Think of this as your variable, but anytime that you use the P and reference P1, that's where things will modify. We'll kind of get into that in a moment here. So we'll say, hello, my name is Janet. All right, now we'll have a button down here. So we'll say button type equals button. And on click, and on our click, we will call something. So we need to come up with a name here. And so we'll just say enlarge text. And we'll open a call bracket. The reason we're doing open a call is because it's kind of like calling a function. We are expecting something to happen. Okay. So then what I'll do is say set font size. Let's put increase font size. There we go. Let me save that real quick. And now we're going to go over to the style. All right. So I'll put a little up here. This is what is this? So it's kind of be like a header, a comment. We'll say file name, setting style.js, and we'll say function to increase the size of text in the body. And this could be used anywhere. All right, so we'll say function, and what did we call the function real quick? Enlarge text. Oops. Copy that real quick. Function, enlarge text. There we go. And then we're also going to have a decrease text as well. So what we're going to do is copy this right here. And we'll put decrease text. All right, so we'll do document dot get element by ID, and this is where we'll reference the ID, which we call P1 back there, and we'll say dot style. This is where we use the CSS. We'll say dot style dot font size, and we'll put equals 5em. Now you could do px if you want to do px. It does the same thing, but we'll just use em. And then what we'll do here is we will copy this real quick, and we'll paste it down here. And what we'll do is we'll do decrease right here, because this is the decrease. It's going to use the reference of, if we go back to this, we'll use this text right here. Okay, so hopefully you're doing well and follow me. All right, let's see if it works now. So let's do, actually we only have one button here for the text. So let's run this real quick and see, and then I have to change something. Let's open my live server. And where'd it go? It went over here. All right, so that works. We need to have a decrease text. So give me a second here. We could put the button next to it. So let's copy this. And we're going to put BR here. Oops, no. And let's put decrease. And then we want to call this guy right here, this function. So we're going to copy this function here and do that right there. Let's save it. Refresh it. All right, why is it not showing? Okay, let's see, what did I do wrong? That is so weird because it should have showed both buttons. Let's take this body out real quick. Got it. Let's put it down here real quick. I'm just curious if that makes a difference. Save it. All right, so it does. Just take this BR out real quick. I think I'm going to have to build a table here, but I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, you know what? We'll just have it next to each other. That's kind of what I was going for. So if I increase text, that works. And if I decrease text, that works. See how that works? That's pretty cool, right? Pretty awesome. That right there is how you increase and decrease stuff. And as you see here, all we did was we created an HTML file. We called a JavaScript file. And just give me a second here. I want you guys doing your homework assignment is I want you to have the increase and decrease font, but I want you to create multiple, I want you to have 3 lines of paragraphs. So like where I have, hello, my name is Aunt Janet. Maybe the next line you can say, hello, my favorite sports team is blah. And then you have another line that says something, anything that you want it to say. But I want to see you be able to increase each of the fonts on a different level. Okay, so let's think about this, and I'll give you guys a hint of how to do this because I don't want you to be blindsided. So let's say, and I'll let you do the, I'll help you with the first one. Let's say that I wanted another paragraph, and so if I want another paragraph, I can do this right here. Okay. I save it. Now the problem is, okay, it's going to be upside down or on top of each other. So now I can put something here and say, my favorite item to bake is chocolate chip cookies. Okay. Now, I save that. Now here's what's going to happen. If I increase the font, it's going to increase only one and not both. And why is that the case? What did we do differently here? So I want you to see if you can figure that out. What is not set? Now we increased it, and we go over here and it's set to P1. Can we not use P1 twice? Maybe. So let's say we did P2 here, and we then did this, copied this, and we want to do something different. Let's say we want to make it bigger. We do a 7, P2, and then we copy this. We do a P2 and we make it a 2 because we're going from one higher to another. Yeah, let's see if that works. Oops, save. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? So I want you to do the same thing, but I also want you to use not only, let's see here. I want you to use, and I'm gonna put it in here, homework. I want you to use paragraph, 5 times. So 5 different paragraphs. One is, hello, my name is somebody. Maybe, hello, my favorite sport is. Hello, my favorite class is something. And then 4 and 5, you tell me something. All paragraphs, right? Then I want you to do one heading 1 and one heading 2. And make sure they all have different fonts sizes. So you're going to have different font sizes and different font decreases. Okay? So hopefully you guys got that. That'll be a good assignment. This is a good start here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So moving on to the next part of, let's see where we're at in time. The next part of the assignment. All right, so what else do we want to learn? So we talked about how to modify style, that's good. Let's talk about hiding images. So let's go over here. And also I want you to see if you can create a folder for this. So let's say you have a folder called JS for JavaScript, and you move this in here. How would that work? I want you to figure that out as well. All right, so let's go back to module 7, create a new file, and we'll say hide images.html. Okay, so let's do HTML. We have our heading, we have a script type equals text / JavaScript. Oh, by the way, you're going to present this in class next week as well. So since I will not make it to class tonight due to unfortunate circumstances, I'll let you guys present next week. Fun times. All right. So what we're going to do a little bit different this time. Come down here and set up a style, and we'll call it dot hidden. And you'll see why in a moment here. And then in this style, we'll say display. And we'll just say none because we're not going to display anything. Okay. And we'll do this. And then we end our style. Okay. So let's do a body here. Oops. So we have our body, image source equals, I gotta find an image, something. So I need to go find an image of something, so bear with me a second, guys. Let's see if I have something on the computer I can use. Let's see. We gotta find some image here. I don't know if I want to use it. Alright, we'll use my old pickup truck as the setting. So let's move that in there. Copy that. Alright, where is that file at? Okay, it should be in there. Looks very blurry because it's a small image. Alright, we'll say Dakota 1. Wow, that's really big. We'll have to make that smaller. Anyways, so let's put Dakota 1. Also want to set this height. I think it's too big. We'll say 300. And then width will be 450. We'll figure it out. And then we'll give it an ID equals truck. And then we'll say on click equals hide. So we're gonna have a function that we call that will hide the object for us. Okay. All right, so let's save that. And next I think we've write some code. So let's set up another file here, and we will call it hide. Oops, maybe I can type hide image.js. All right, so hiding images. We'll put function is hide image.js. Description is JavaScript to hide images. Function hide. Oops. And here we'll say document. Get element by ID, and then we'll say what is the name of the ID. We call it truck, and then class name, and that'll be the thing that we call at the top here. We said equals hidden, I believe. So let's see here real quick. Yep, we call it hidden, so that's what we wanted to do, and that's how we work. All right, so let's save it. See if it works. All right. So let's go back out here, and we will go to the other thing, which is, oh no, that's the same thing I just did. Hide images. I don't like it though because it's too big, and it is not working the way I thought it would work. All right, what did I do wrong? So hide image, hide dot get truck class name equals hidden. That's fine. All right, what did I do? Hide images. Maybe if I put the body outside of the heading, that might make a difference. All right. Dakota 1, got that fine. ID equals truck. On click equals hide, which makes sense. Did I type it wrong? Hidden display, none. Style, that looks good. Body, image source equals Dakota. On click equals hide. Huh. Jeez, that looks good. I don't see any changes. Can't remember if I'm supposed to click on it or not. Darn. Well, maybe I... Hold on. Oh, I know what we did wrong. It's supposed to be a before and after, I bet. Yeah, it's supposed to be before and after. We've already talked about before and afters, not a hide image. That's what it is. Pretty sure. Just looking at the code. Yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted to use on mouse out and over, and we already talked about that. What the heck was I thinking? Let me see something real quick. I messed around with this a little bit before I came back to this and changed it up. Because I have my code, and then I create this other snippet of code here. Mess around with a cat. So if you look at it, it's pretty much the same as the other stuff that I created. So I had hide images. Actually, I just had that one right there. So let me copy this and show you the difference. There's not a good way of doing this. So I'll paste this out. As you see here, I have the heading just like that. I have the script, type equals style. I just moved down here. Hidden, display none, same thing. Below the body, I put the image. So everything looks exactly the same. I just think that a PNG does not work and you have to use a JPEG. I think it's just something. I don't know what that is, but PNG doesn't work that way, so that's fine. And the hide IM, I call a different JavaScript file. It does the same thing. So if you look at my JavaScript file that I originally had, it does exactly the same thing. Nothing different. Oh my gosh. Should I just say that right quick? Nothing different there at all. So now when I refresh this, oops, and click on it, boom, it goes away. So if I refresh hide image, there you go. So hide image, here's your code right here. And then it calls the IIM JavaScript file. And all it does is it references the name of your ID from your file. So I called it cats, and I called it cats here, and that's how it references it. It uses this hidden as a style, so it hides it. Now it was a little bit of work to get that to work, but you know, things happen. So that is that aspect of it. So it hits our paragraphs. Let's see if there's anything else that we're missing. We did our text. Let's see if there's something else that I wanted to show you guys. I think that's pretty much it. So what I want you to do on the images, when you hide, I want you to put about 5 images out there and show me how you could hide all 5 of them. So when you click on them, they should hide. So it's a little bit of a trick, but it's, you know, pretty much self-explanatory. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.